Right now. Your mind is heavy, you are thinking about everything at once, your problems, your future, your fears, and it feels like too much. You are trying to stay strong, but inside, you feel tired. Jesus is saying, my child, you don't have to carry everything on your own, give it to me. You have been holding on tightly, trying to control every outcome, trying to fix every situation, but some things are not meant to be controlled by you, they are meant to be trusted with God. Jesus says, my child, I see what you're going through, I know what you're worried about, and I am already working on it. Even when you don't see change, even when nothing seems to move. That does not mean nothing is happening. Behind the scenes, things are being arranged, solutions are forming, paths are being cleared, you just can't see it yet. Jesus is saying, my child, stop worrying about what I have already taken control of. Take a deep breath, release the pressure, let go of the need to figure everything out, because you don't have to, God already has. You may not understand the process, but you can trust the outcome. Jesus says, my child, I will not let things fall apart, what I have planned for you will come together at the right time. Right now, your job is not to worry, your job is to trust, to believe that even in uncertainty, you are being guided and protected. If you are ready to release your worries and trust God's control, type Amen and let peace enter your heart. Now, something inside you is starting to change. The worry that once felt overwhelming is slowly losing its grip, not because all your problems are gone, but because your heart is becoming calmer. Jesus is saying, my child, when you trust me, I replace your worry with peace. This peace may feel unfamiliar at first, because you are used to overthinking, used to stressing, used to trying to control everything, but now, you are learning something new, you are learning how to let go. You may begin to notice your thoughts becoming quieter, your heart feeling lighter, a calmness that doesn't depend on your situation. This is not coincidence, this is God working within you. Jesus says, my child, before I change your situation, I change your state of mind, because peace is the foundation of everything I will give you. Even if your problems are still there, they don't feel as heavy anymore, because you are no longer carrying them alone. Jesus is saying, my child, every time you feel worry rising, give it back to me. You were never meant to carry this weight. This is the beginning of inner transformation, where fear loses power, and faith becomes stronger. You may still have moments of doubt, moments where your mind tries to go back to worry, but now, you are aware, you pause, you breathe, you choose trust, and each time you do, peace grows stronger. Jesus says, my child, hold on to this peace, it is a sign that I am in control. Because when your heart is calm, you are ready to receive what's coming next. If you feel peace replacing your worries, type Amen and continue trusting God's plan. Now, something outside of you is starting to change. The peace you felt within is beginning to reflect in your life around you. What once felt stuck is slowly starting to move. Jesus is saying, my child, when you trust me, I don't just calm your heart, I begin to change your situation. You may begin to notice problems finding solutions you didn't expect, delays starting to clear, small progress where there was once none. At first, these changes may seem minor, but do not ignore them, because every big shift begins with small movement. Jesus says, my child, I am working in ways you cannot see. What you notice now is only a small part of what I am doing. You might start feeling a sense of relief. Not because everything is perfect, but because something is finally happening, and that feeling matters, because it is confirmation that your situation is not stuck anymore. Jesus is saying, my child, keep trusting me. The more you let go, the more I take control. At this stage, your faith grows stronger, you begin to believe again, you start expecting things to work out, instead of fearing the worst. This shift in mindset changes everything, because when your thoughts change, your reality begins to follow. Jesus says, "My child, do not return to worry now, you are already seeing the first signs of change. Stay focused, stay calm, stay faithful. Because what is happening now is building towards something greater." If you feel your situation starting to shift and improve, type Amen and continue trusting God's process. Now, everything begins to accelerate. The small changes you noticed are no longer small, they are growing into something powerful. Jesus is saying, "My child, what I start in your life may begin quietly, but it will not stay small. What once felt like a tiny step forward is now becoming real progress. You may begin to notice solutions appearing faster than before, opportunities opening where there were none, situations turning clearly in your favor. This is no longer just a shift, this is a breakthrough. The thing you were worried about is now starting to resolve. The situation that once felt heavy is becoming lighter and clearer." Jesus says, "My child, this is what happens when you trust me. I turn your waiting into movement, and your movement into results." At this stage, momentum builds, things don't feel stuck anymore, they flow, and the more you stay calm and trust, the smoother everything becomes. But be aware, when things start going right, your mind may try to go back to old habits. You may think, "What if something goes wrong again?" But don't go back there, because this time, things are different. Jesus is saying, "My child, do not return to fear, you are walking in the breakthrough you prayed for. Stay present, stay grateful, stay focused on what is improving, because this moment is proof that everything is working out, and this is only the beginning." If you feel your life moving into a breakthrough and things turning in your favor, type Amen and continue trusting the journey. Now, everything begins to settle. The breakthroughs you experienced are no longer just moments, they are becoming your reality. Jesus is saying, "My child, I did not bring change into your life just for a moment, I am building something stable for you. What once felt uncertain is now becoming clear, what once felt temporary is now becoming consistent. You may begin to notice progress that continues, not stops, peace that stays, not fades, results that feel real and lasting. This is different from before. Before, things came and went, now things remain." Jesus says, "My child, this is the foundation I am building for your life, a life not shaken by fear, but supported by faith." At this stage, you feel stronger, not because life is perfect, but because you are stable. Your thoughts are clearer, your emotions are calmer, your decisions are stronger. You are no longer reacting to everything, you are responding with wisdom. Jesus is saying, "My child, you are not just experiencing change, you are becoming the person who can sustain it." This is powerful, because stability is not just about what you have, it's about who you become, and who you are now is stronger than ever before. You trust more, you fear less, you move with confidence. Jesus says, "My child, protect this stability, stay grounded, stay grateful, and continue to walk with me. Because this stable life is the beginning of something even greater." If you feel your life becoming stable and your breakthrough turning into lasting peace, type Amen and continue walking in faith. Now, everything begins to feel meaningful. The stability you've built, the peace you found, it's no longer just about your life getting better, it's about your life having purpose. Jesus is saying, "My child, I didn't just bring you through this to give you peace, I brought you here so your life can have impact." You begin to notice something new. It's not just what you have, it's who you are becoming, stronger, wiser, more aware, and now, you start to see how your journey can help others. Jesus says, "My child, your story has power, what you went through was not just for you, it will guide someone else." At this stage, your mindset expands, you are no longer focused only on your problems. You are focused on purpose, on growth, on meaning, on impact. You may begin to feel a calling to inspire others, to support someone going through what you faced, to share your journey in your own way. This is not random. This is your purpose beginning to rise. Jesus is saying, "My child, I have prepared you, now I will use you." This is where fulfillment begins, because true fulfillment doesn't come from what you receive, it comes from what you give, and now, you have something powerful to give, your strength, your faith, your story. Jesus says, "My child, let your light shine." You are meant to be a blessing in this world. This is the stage where your life becomes bigger than just you. And that is where true joy begins. If you feel your life moving into purpose and fulfillment, type Amen and step into the life you were meant to live.